Good morning. It's October the 3rd, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, similar results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, here we sit. Yesterday, our stock markets made new highs. There isn't a stock market around the world that's not higher today. The U.S. leads in equities, treasuries, agricultural products, cattle, crude oil. London leads in softs and metals and currencies. Then you have regional markets. So U.S. equities are pointed higher 2 weeks. We get earnings seasons. So the stock market, worst case, will pause as we await the first round of earnings. And right now, everybody's saying the earnings are getting back to where they were in 2014 and 15. So everybody's expecting beats of their earnings per share forecast. We had tremendous numbers this week on construction spending, ISM manufacturing. This week's unemployment numbers will probably be a little bit lower than what they have been because of the effects of Hurricane Harvey and Irma. So right now it looks like the economic growth in the United States underneath the surface might be accelerating, and that's a good thing for the world. It will also serve to take treasuries lower over time because the Fed can raise interest rates faster. Right now the Fed said we're going to get an interest rate increase in December and 3 more in 2018. So we'll see if that actually happens. Okay, probably pretty good support at the buck. Probably pretty good resistance at 12. And we find ourselves kind of right in the middle right now. Initial resistance is going to be in the 6 to 10 area, picking up this area right here. So our first sell is 7 to 11, followed by 15 to 19 for sell 2. On the buy side, getting stops below the Globex low. Got yesterday's lows over there, I think at 30, 29.5. So our first buy is 1 to 29 and 21 to 25 for buy 2. Today's hard news, 16.7 million vehicles. That comes out over the day. It's not one big number that's announced, so we'll know what that is about noon, so it's usually not a factor as far as the trading goes. Looking for a trading range with a down bias. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I was getting pretty jaded or satiated on football anyway, mainly because it takes 4 hours plus. So last couple of years I've recorded a game. I don't watch the games live, and tell you right now, I don't miss not seeing professional football games, and I can't watch Tennessee play football. They are, with all that talent, they're just getting mauled, and that's the coach's problem. 12 to 16, number 1. Sell 19s to 23s. 27 to 31, sell 2. Best resistance is at 153. Best supports right down here at 152 even. So 4 to 8 will be number 1. Buying 29s to 01s, buy 1. Buying 17s to 21, buy 2. That's just a lot of time to give up. Okay, gold, we have that big attractor down there at 1257. Probably won't make it today, but we are pointed lower. Definitely have a B in the overnight session. We've rejected prices above 75, so 74, 76, sell 1. 78 to 80, sell 2. We had a 70 to 72 buy last night, so we'll make it 69 to 71. Like the short side first, and buy 2 will be 65 to 67. Like to get short, see if we can take out the Globex low. If we can't, bust the 65 to 70 area, we can come back and consider a long. In addition to the Chinese holidays for the entire week, we have a German bank holiday today. Which has decreased the overnight volumes. Okay, we liked the short side first last night. Our first buy was we had 75, but our number 2 buy was 50. So they got stops below 1750. We had a sell at 18 even, 1810. That's where we are right now. So sell 1 and 25 to 35 for sell 2. On the buy side, 1775 and then 1750. Crude oil, APIs tonight. Everything should be back up and running, refinery wise. And so it gets down to where's the demand? Supply is there. So 50 is still pretty good support. 50, 50 and a quarter, buy 1. I think we'll get stops below 50 today. 49.50, 49.75, buy 2. On the sell side, it's 50 to 75, just where we were last night. Didn't have much range to work with, and 51, 51 and a quarter. So we're keeping the same numbers that we had last night that produced a little trading. Still looking at B's. Globex volume was below yesterday's volume. So everything still says look for a place to sell at. Well, not much to say about the E-mini other than the fact that it's going higher. 25.50 is our next trading target. Yesterday you rolled from your 25 calls to at least the 25.35 calls, and probably the 50s. I mean, we're just dealing with higher markets. And you can see the volume is moving up. We come in and do a split here in G. Put it all together. It's a P with volume moving higher in the distribution. So, okay to sell failure to take out 30. Probably going to see that pretty early, and 34 to 36 for sell too. 24, 26 buy one, and 20 to 22 buy two. Today's news: motor vehicle sales 16.7 million, but like I said, it'll be noon before we know what that number is. And what interesting times we live in. I mean, it's just the chaos, there's rioting in the streets in Barcelona. Because of the way they were treated by the Spanish government. Catalonia represents 40% of Spain's GDP, so Spain can't let them go. And again, it's just this chaos and this disruption, and everything's coming apart at the seams right now. What worked for 50 years, I mean, it's kind of like looking at dictatorships and tyrants. You can keep a failed ideology going for 50 to 75 years, and we have the welfare state that really came out of Europe after World War II, and everybody's running out of money to pay for it. So the day of reckoning is fast approaching. So here we are. Yeah, the time spent watching football is too much for me anymore. Going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy with that, and I will be back with you as soon as possible.